A former Speaker of the House, Dennis Hastert, will appear before a federal judge in Chicago, the first time that Hastert's been seen in public since allegations surfacing of him paying money to someone about past sexual abuse. The allegations involve a past student of Hastert's in Yorkville. He's accused of illegally withdrawing money and lying to the FBI. Let's discuss this with Corey Rosensteel, partner at Rosensteel Fleischman here in Charlotte, and we're discussing what's going to happen in court today in Chicago. Good to see you, sir.
Good morning.
This is a very interesting case. It involves withdrawing money from the bank in small amounts to evade, I guess that's what the FBI is saying, evade the larger issue. Break it down for the viewers out there.
Well, so what's going on here is that the FBI comes to visit Mr. Hastert after he starts arranging these transactions to be less than the $10,000 limit that's required for reporting to the federal government. So initially, he's writing out these $50,000 checks out of his account. We're making the withdrawals of $50,000 $50,000 in cash. The bank comes and talks to him. He realizes that these things are being reported to the federal government, and at that point, he decides he needs to change his conduct to get below that $10,000 threshold. Well, at that point, he's trying to evade the scrutiny of the federal government. A lot of people would take a look at that and say, well, that's his business to take out the amount of money that he wants to take out at that point.
Right.
But then the FBI comes and talks to him about it, and apparently he lied to the FBI about the purpose for those withdrawals.
And that's the problem? Is that the crime? Obviously, the lines is an issue. I get that. But as far as the $10,000, once you hit $10,001, if you don't report it, that's the crime as well?
The government, the bank reports the $10,000. If you're trying to go below that $10,000 to evade that bank reporting, that's the crime that he's been accused of.
That's the crime. Now, the bigger issue here is the sexual abuse, and that's the bigger umbrella. Right. So is it possible in this case, as we were discussing before we went on air here, that they're going after him for this because there may be an issue on that side of the case, the sexual abuse side?
Sure, and there's a couple of different problems they may have. They may have a statute of limitations problem. They may believe that it's been too long since the conduct to be able to charge him, or they may have a proof problem. Of course, he was apparently paying somebody off, and that person may be refusing to cooperate. They may not have proof on other people that they can on him that they can use if there are other victims. And obviously, there's been one report that there were. That they may not have the proof that they need to prove those charges. So the FBI is apparently moving forward. The federal government's moving forward on this, on the financial aspect of it.
What's the harshest penalty he could receive?
He's eligible for 5 years in jail on each one of these charges, but based on his prior criminal level, he's unlikely to get that type of time.
Corey Rosensteel, Inside here on this Tuesday. Thanks for the time, as always. Good seeing you.
My pleasure.
Send it over to Paige.
Yes, sir. Thank you.